Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So we have to speak in English. Am I audible clearly? So like every day we are having the discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Today's chapter is chapter 8, chapter entitled Attaining the Supreme, shloka number 22, right? Shloka number 22. Purushah sa parah partha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya yasyantasthani bhutani yena sarvamidam tatam. Purushah sa parah partha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya yasyantasthani bhutani yena sarvamidam tatam. Purusha sa parah partha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya yasyantahsthani bhutani yena sarvamidam tatam. Any devotees? Yeah. Purusha sa parah partha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya yasyantasthani bhutani yena sarvamidam tatam. Purusha sa parah partha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya yantasthani bhutani yena sarvamidam tatam. One more devotee. Purusha sa parah partha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya sarvamidam tatam. So somebody learned the shloka already? Okay. And you were not learning previously. Did you learn the shloka now? Anybody who learned the shloka now? Nobody? Okay. We should try. We should try because when Srila Prabhupada used to recite like this shlokas, so devotees used to take this opportunity few minutes to recite repeatedly, attentively, focusing on the word meanings, and then they will learn the shloka. So Bhagavad Gita shlokas are relatively smaller than Bhagavatam, so we should try every day. Bhagavad Gita shloka can be learnt, and then night and next morning we can revise repeatedly, and like that most of the shlokas of Gita we can by heart, right? Word meanings. Purushaha, the Supreme Personality. Saha, he. So God is a person and God is a male. And God is a female also. We know Srimati Radharani. Paraha, the Supreme, than whom no one is greater. Partha, O son of Pritha, Bhaktya, by devotional service. Labhyaha, can be achieved. Tu, but. Ananyaya, unalloyed, undeviating. See, Srila Prabhupada is using two words for reconfirming that no ambiguity in this understanding. That you should be unalloyed, and even while that you should not be deviating. You should be unalloyed and you remain focused. Two understandings of this word, Ananyaya. Yasya whom anthasthani within bhutani, all of this material manifestation, yena by whom, sarvam all, idam whatever we can see, tatam is pervaded. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Although He is present in His abode, He is all pervading and everything is situated within Him. So this is an important verse in Bhagavad Gita. Anybody can guess why? Let us see who is the Pandit. Yeah? Okay, close. Okay, Sambandha Bidya Prayojan. Okay, good try. Yeah, personality, yes. So of course, whatever I came across, little bit of Srila Prabhupada's teachings. So Srila Prabhupada uses this shloka to substantiate that only by bhakti. One another shloka Srila Prabhupada uses to substantiate only by bhakti you can get supreme. Yeah. Loudly. Bhaktya mama vijanati. I think that is 1155, right? 1154. Anyways, so we should be lawyers like this of Bhagavad Gita. Srila Prabhupada wanted that our devotees should be able to cite from scriptures on anything. As you can see Srila Prabhupada's lectures, right? Anything Srila Prabhupada speaks, immediately he will speak a Shastrik shloka, no, to substantiate that point. So we should try like that. So, another thing is not to miss Srila Prabhupada's word meanings. See, in the translation only one word is written. What? Unalloyed. But in the word meanings, two words are there, which make it more deeply clear. What is Ananyaya, right? So sometimes when we are reading Srila Prabhupada's books, we miss the word meanings. I also tend to miss many times because you just want to completely go into the translation and purport and complete the chapter fast. But no, study should be done. And Srila Prabhupada said. So, yeah. So, bhaktya labhyastvananyaya. Right? Purport. It is here clearly stated that the supreme destination from which there is no return is the abode of Krishna, the Supreme Person. The Brahma Samhita describes this supreme abode as Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, a place where everything is full of spiritual bliss. All the variegatedness manifest there is of the quality of spiritual bliss. Nothing there is material. That variegatedness is expanded as the spiritual expansion of the Supreme Godhead Himself. For the manifestation there is totally of the spiritual energy, as explained in chapter 7. As far as this material world is concerned, although the Lord is always in His supreme abode, He is nonetheless all-pervading by His material energy. So by His spiritual and material energies, He is present everywhere, both in the material and in the spiritual universes. Yasyanta sthani bhu means that everything is sustained within Him, within either His spiritual or material energy. The Lord is all-pervading by these two energies. To enter Krishna's supreme abode or the innumerable Vaikuntha planets is possible only by bhakti, bhaktyastu, labhyastu ananyaya, devotional service, as clearly indicated here by the word bhaktya. No other process can help one attain that supreme abode. The Vedas, Gopal Tapani Upanishad 1.21 also describe the supreme abode and the supreme personality of Godhead. Eko Vashi Sarvagah Krishnaha. In that abode, there is only one Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose name is Krishna. He is the Supreme Merciful Deity. And although situated there as one, he has expanded himself into millions and millions of plenary expansions. The Vedas compare the Lord to a tree standing still, yet bearing many varieties of fruits, flowers, and changing leaves. The plenary expansions of the Lord, who preside over the Vaikuntha planets, are four-armed, and they are known by a variety of names: Purushottama, Trivikrama, Keshava, Madhava, Niruddha, Rishikesha, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Sridhara, Vasudeva, Damodar, Janardhan, Narayana, Vaman, Padmanabha, etc. The Brahma Samhita also confirms that although the Lord is always in the supreme abode, Goloka Vrindavan, he is all pervading, so that everything is going on nicely. Goloka eva nivasatya akhilatma bhutaha. As stated in the Vedas, Shvetashvatar Upanishad 6.8, Parasya Shaktir Vivadhaiva Sruyate, Svabhavaki Jnana Balakriyacha. His energies are so expansive that they systematically conduct everything in the cosmic manifestation without a flaw, although the Supreme Lord is far, far away. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Supadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utpadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagra Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshtarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are very fortunate to be discussing on Srimad Bhagavad Gita by Srila Prabhupada's mercy. So this is the 8th chapter, titled Attaining the Supreme. So formerly in the previous shlokas, Krishna told, how by, I think, yoga or marga, shlokas are there that how you can attain. And now Krishna is telling in these few shlokas about bhakti. And the previous 2 shlokas, Krishna basically told the description of that abode, that spiritual abode, 8.20 and 21. Yet there is another unmanifest nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. In 21 translation. That which the Vedantists describe as unmanifest and infallible, that which is known as the supreme destination, that place from which, having attained it, one never returns, that is my supreme abode. So after having told in these 2 shlokas by Krishna about Goloka Vrindavan, and Srila Prabhupada writing very beautiful purports. So in this shloka 22, Krishna is telling how you can reach there. Once it is decided that this is my destination, then anybody wants to know how to go, by Ola or by ST or based bus or local train or private gadi or walking. What is the best and safest and fastest optimum way to go. So in this shloka, Krishna is telling that you can go there by bhakti only. Bhaktyas labhyastva ananyaya. And that bhakti Krishna is qualifying also. It should be ananya bhakti. And then Srila Prabhupada mercifully in our language is telling very nicely, unalloyed and undeviated bhakti. So this concept is so foreign to us, having lived in this world for time immemorial, nityabadha, to do everything for pleasure of somebody else, whereas from childhood I have been taught to do for my own sake. Right? How you can be enjoying the best way in this world by becoming engineer, by doctor, by this and that. So then how will we understand this? By hearing. So I was hearing one lecture of Srila Prabhupada on this verse, 1966 November. So Srila Prabhupada was telling that we have to wake up the sleeping man, and that can be done by speaking to him. Hare Krishna Prabhu, get up, get up. Now time for Mangalarati, right? And the devotee gets up. Srila Prabhupada is telling that similarly, people in this Kali Yuga are sleeping to their real advantage in human body. So you have to wake them up, and that happens by hearing, right? Otherwise, all this concept looks so foreign of serving Krishna and attaining to that some spiritual world, Golok Vrindavan, right? So then Srila Prabhupada goes forward that to increase our greed or hunger for going back to spiritual planets. So then Srila Prabhupada tells that don't we want to go, would you not like to go to a country where there is no misery, where there is no death, where there is no disease, where there is no old age? Everybody would like to go to such a place. Am I audible still? No. Audible. So everybody would like to go to such a place, right? Why not? Everybody would want to get a visa for such a place that there's no death end. So when you say that, somebody may say, no, I am okay here. I don't want to go. But then we can see all the people in this world, actually they want to go. Every single person. And that is why we have places like entertainment park. So I heard from somebody that, there are huge entertainment parks in the Western countries. I don't know about India also, it may be there now. So one such entertainment park somebody told once is Universal Studios. So in Japan, where they don't have land, they don't have water, even there they have this huge area for Universal Studios, which is all entertainment park, where you just enjoy. There is no misery. Everything is unlimited. You just enjoy. So people pay huge amount of money to enter, just to enter that. And then to play different games and to eat out different places, everything you have to pay. So many varieties of enjoyment. Right? Similarly, we have in Bombay, SL World, right? SL Park or World? SL World. SL World, right? So again, people want to go to such a place and experience, unceasing, seamless joy, right? Everybody. And that is why people go to cinema also, right? 3 hours you pay them some money, and after that you just forget any misery, anything. You just wish to be. And at the end of the movie also they show, I don't know now, but back then, few decades ago. And they lived happily ever after. And they lived happily ever after. So, see, they want happiness and eternal happiness. And exactly opposite to this is the shloka in Bhagavad Gita, just few shlokas behind. Dukhalayam ashashvatam. Happily ever after. Happily is opposite to Dukhalayam. And ever after is opposite to ashashvatam. So people are looking for Sukhalayam and Shashvatam, but they may not accept it. But everybody is looking for that. Everybody is looking for permanent job, permanent vehicle, right? Everybody is looking for that in this world, right? So Srila Prabhupada was telling very nicely that, everybody wants to go there. In our childhood, we used to go to grandparents' house, right, in the village. And then 1 month or 15 days, 10 days, you are at the village, and then, whole day, morning to evening, you just chill out. You just enjoy, right? And then, when the days are ending, then now you have to return. Do you like it? No. See? Even children who have no responsibility of earning anything, even they don't like this little responsibility of exams or school, because we want to be happy ever after. We don't want any of this, anxieties. Nobody, even child does not want anxiety. He also identifies that exams is a anxiety. I don't want to go to back to my school, right? Because exams will be an anxiety. So nobody wants, but then why they still Jai Shri Shri Radha Rasa Bihari Gaur Nitai Sita Ram Lakshmana Hanuman ki Jai. So because everybody wants this, a country where there is no disease, no death, no old age. And that is why there are anti-aging shops, right? Once I was going to Dadar, I saw one banner. On the banner it was written, Ponds or some cream. And that is this much, 50 grams or 300 rupees. So I thought this seems to be costlier than even ghee. Even pure ghee is not that costly. This small little cream, 300 rupees, So, but people purchase. That is why they put such a big board in, spending lakhs of rupees. People purchase, right? So why? Because they want to look young. They don't want to look old. And nobody wants to die. That is why in Corona, everybody was locked up in the house, right? Everybody was locked up because nobody wants to take a risk and die. Similarly, nobody wants to become diseased. And that is why Kokila Bain Hospital is making millions of rupees out of this little fear that disease should not come. How? I don't know where. I happened to see one brochure, small leaflet kind of brochure, 3-4 pages or 10 pages. So they had written, get your family pack. Hare Krishna. So get your family pack. In 1 lakh rupees or 2.5 lakh rupees for family. Every year we will do your whole body checkup so that any disease coming you will come to know in advance. So 2 lakh to 2.5 lakh rupees, whole family package. An individual package of 92,000 rupees. So I was thinking 92,000 rupees is such a huge amount even for an individual person, 1 lakh rupees. Right? Average person takes an insurance cover of 1 lakh rupees a year. And they are making billions and millions of rupees just by, lakhs and crores of rupees just by this. Because people have fear that I may not become diseased. Right? So nobody wants disease, nobody wants old age, nobody wants death. Right? But still, these things are coming. So then, for that, we need to go to spiritual world, spiritual planet. That is Vaikuntha or Golok Vrindavan. Because it is only there this is possible. Happy ever after. Here it is not possible. In this body it is not possible. Now, if you hear this, okay, there it is possible, then let me go there. Right? Anybody will like to go there. So then the next challenge comes is, does such a place really exist? So now that is where the biggest, damage has happened, Srila Prabhupada was telling, because this impersonalists and voidists, in simple terms, people say that after death there is nothing, everything finishes after death. Have you heard ever this? Yeah, simple, they say in Hindi, khao piyo, maja karo, marne ke baad kisne kya dekha hai, right? Practically everybody comes across, especially in this teenage, because people want to enjoy in this age the most. So that is the voidism, that after death nothing is there. And other people, they say that after death you will merge in Brahma Jyoti, impersonal light, homogeneous white light, and you will merge in that. And then I have seen actually that people go to such centers where they collect together and then they are meditating on that homogeneous light, unattractive, boring light, so-called, in their own imagination, light. And that is not attractive. So people are looking here and there, or they are sleeping. While doing that meditation, they are sleeping. Once we went to doing dancing kirtan to Juhu beach, around maybe 1.5 years ago. You remember that morning? Some 150 people were sitting and they were doing some dhyan. And the moment they saw, 500-600 devotees dancing, chanting, singing, and enthusiastically enjoying with each other, so they all the 200 people, they stopped their meditation and they were looking very joyfully, with smile on their face at the happy devotees and their happy process. So then the devotees went and they were all looking at the devotees. They stopped their meditation. And when the devotees were coming back, I saw that they were gone. Their teacher told, chalo, wapas yahan se. So now there is a very deep point actually Srila Prabhupada was telling, that when people were told in the recent 200-300 years that after death everything finishes, or God is impersonal, God is light, so that is not attractive to anybody, nor is there any variety of activities. Now if we carefully observe ourselves, we all are looking for activities. Joyful, cheerful, involving, attractive, variety of activities, not even one activity. Right? Right? In the conditioned state, how much we are looking for activities. When we will be free from this body, gross and subtle body also, let us say, when we get free, we'll be now free to do much more activities. Will we be able to, just sit down in the Brahma Jyoti? So now if you tell an intelligent, educated, or at least literate, if not educated, because these are two different things, education and literacy is different thing. So to a modern literate person of the cities, if you tell that God is light, God is impersonal, or after death there is nothing, will anybody be attracted by this? Even the centers of such places, of such teachings, people there are sleeping in their meditation or different things, right? Bored. At best, even if they tried their meditation to the sincere best, with the peace of mind, all they want to do is to go back to their work in the world. Correct? There are famous, meditation centers. I have come across their followers here and there. They go to their meditation centers paying huge amount of fees, but after attaining a little peace of mind, all they want to do is go back to their worldly activities. Again, to become frustrated, miserable, despondent, dejected. Getting my point? So this impersonalism and voidism has actually, Srila Prabhupada was telling, spoiled people's orientation towards spiritual life. Whereas bhakti involves variety of activities. Idam hi pumsas tapasas tasya sishtasya suktasya cha buddhi dattayo avichuto kavibhir nirupito yuttama shloka gunanuvarnane. Correct? Correct? I don't know. I think so. First canto, second chapter shloka. Famous shloka. Srila Prabhupada used to always quote that everybody can engage any talent in serving Krishna in variety of activities in the temple only. So then when the person in bhakti yoga gets variety of activities as per his skill and talent, he need not learn any new talent or any new skill or any new language or any new anything. Whatever he knows, whatever he is, he can engage that tendency and that talent and that skill and that ability in serving Krishna in some way. And he will feel that satisfaction in the heart. That satisfaction, that joy he was looking. So bhakti that is why it's so easy. In the previous shlokas, I think shloka number 14, Krishna uses this word sulabha. We are Indians, we know sulabha. Sulabha means easy. So Krishna uses this word sulabha only for bhakti yoga. In the whole Gita, this word is used once only, in that shloka 8.14, for bhakti yoga. Not for jnana or for ashtanga or for karma yoga. Nowhere. Only for bhakti it is used. Sulabha. It is very easy. Anybody can do it. Even a child can do it. Just a few minutes before, a couple of children here were dancing, clapping when we were singing kirtan. That child may not know, but he has danced in front of Radha Rasa Bihari in the temple on Harinam Sankirtan in front of Srila Prabhupada. His bhakti has begun in a very big way. Right? Bhakti is so easy. Even a small baby hearing some nice kirtan, sitting here, maybe clapping, his bhakti has begun. Yesterday only I was traveling, here in Bombay in the train. So few people around here and there, they appreciated either the books or the prasadam or ISKCON some way. And I was in my heart, swelling with joy because they appreciated one aspect of ISKCON or Bhagavad Gita or prasadam, any aspect of Krishna consciousness, they appreciated even once, little bit, slightly, done. Their bhakti has begun. So easy. And Krita Punya Punja. As this Agyal Sukriti collects, one day they will become a powerful devotee to reach back home, back to Godhead. So Srila Prabhupada was telling that how outside this Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, that is what Srila Prabhupada's mantra says. Yes. Two things have spoiled the whole spiritual culture and the spiritual aspiration of people in India. First, to begin with, impersonalism and voidism. Although everybody is looking for entertaining, joyful activities, but in this world, we can never get it. Right? And in the spiritual world only it is possible. But then, for that we need to practice bhakti yoga. Now bhakti anybody can connect easily. Anybody. That is why in ISKCON you will see, the temples are so filled up with devotees and people visiting and dancing and chanting and serving and festivals and right. But other processes, all they get at the end of their success is nothing. Right? Because that is what they are aspiring for. Nothing. That's shunya. So their success is in getting nothing. So Srila Prabhupada was telling that, this voidism and impersonalism has actually brought atheism, because then when you go to such centers who are teaching impersonalism or voidism, person may give him some kick. Okay, I'm a spiritual person. I also have a guru. I also visit a holy place. So he may satisfy himself with that tag, dharmik vyakti. I am a holy man. but his heart is not satisfied. And the proof of that is, even despite visiting such holy places, so-called holy places, the tendency to do sinful activities, tendency to activities will always be there. That cannot be killed. That is the nature of the soul. Now, because the tendency is not engaged in that voidism and impersonalism in any way, almost, so then what happens is they go to do activities which even may be sinful. And that is where they become more and more implicated. And eventually to the extent that सब कुछ नहीं होता है, spiritual life or God, etc. It's all just... I remember meeting a Christian once. I don't want to defame Christianity. That is a bona fide religion, and Bible is a bona fide book of religion. So I met a person like that once. So he had or she had put some black, powder hair. So I asked that person, "Hare, how you got this black powder on this forehead?" So that person told that I fell. Because of that, I got this dust on my head. So I was laughing that this doesn't look to be truth. So when I was working earlier, so then the other colleague told that no, he is a Christian. So they have some 40 days or 41 days of some program in which they every day put this ash on the head. So but nowadays they don't follow that 41 days, and they just one day only, the last day they do it, putting that little ash here. So then that person who had put that little ash, that person started telling, see, all this is nothing. Even in your, Hinduism also, this fasting is there. All this is there. This is all nothing. Just made some systems so that if you do fasting, then your stomach will clear nicely. And it looks quite logical, to an ignorant person who doesn't know any scriptures or any spiritual knowledge or anything. It looks quite logical, yeah. Because when you do fasting, the digestion comes back to normal. Otherwise, every day we are abusing the digestion system by eating continuously, voraciously. Right? So then it looks logical, but that is not the fact. So people, they think that, spiritual life means this is all more or less illogical only. And the only logic you can add to this is that, okay, some fasting is good for your health, and then, some yoga is good for your health, you see. And then you ask such people, then what is the goal of life? Only to, eat food and clear your stomach? That is the only goal of life. Then what else is the goal of life? If you think all the system is also meant for this purpose only, then what is the goal of life? That they cannot answer. And they will look like very saintly to say, no, live and let live. Jiyo or jene do. You be happy and let others be happy. So you will see these all people, even so-called spiritual people also, will keep speaking this ambiguous, unclear philosophy where you don't know what to commit to, what to follow, how to commit, what to do. But here you see Srila Prabhupada is quoting Gopal Tapani Upanishad in this purport. Eko Vashi Sarvagha Krishna. Quoting from Upanishad that Krishna's name is there, Krishna's Dham is there. We know Krishna's father's name, mother's name, his abode, his address, his street number and everything. And here is Srila Prabhupada so clear, so crystal clear. Who are we? Krishna's part and parcel. Who is Krishna? He is our real father, our source. And we have eternal relationship with him, in which we can do many activities of loving exchange. Everybody is looking for this. Loving exchange. That is the thing. Person purchases an expensive mobile, expensive clothes, expensive vehicle, expensive house, like that. All these things just to show to somebody. If a person purchases a very expensive jacket or expensive, dress, and there is nobody to acknowledge, oh, this dress is looking very nice. Oh, this watch is looking very special. Oh, you got Apple iPhone 13. New, very nice, show me. The joy in getting that Apple 13 is only when somebody acknowledges and appreciates, right? I remember once, my brother bought me a very expensive jersey, sweater, long ago. So the greatest joy I felt was when my relatives were appreciating. Oh, you got such a nice sweater, such a nice jersey, very nice, very good. Where did you get it from? And every time the joy would increase to tell that, yes, yes. So the joy comes. People are clicking photos everywhere, They don't want to see themselves, they know their reality. They want to send it to their friends, right? And then get it approved. And then the people will also put liking. I was traveling in the bus once. I saw a person sitting next to me. He was opening photos even before the download. He was just putting on the like. And go out of that group and then like. So I was just looking at that. Array, this is so funny. He's not even seeing what this photo is and not even appreciating, just putting like to please the other friend, falsely or just to show off. So this kind of nakli life. But everybody is looking for that relationship with somebody. And until you get that relationship, you will not be satisfied. And that relationship is not possible in this world. Even if you out of blue, you get some relationship with, some friend or your spouse or your parent or your friend or something, it lasts for very short while. And then you are hankering for more. Right? And the next life, he is gone somewhere, you are gone somewhere, both people don't know each other, gone. Then you strike again the new relationship and you look for that, har kisi ko nahi milta. Then they sing this song also. Isn't it? So funny. So, but then, that is what Krishna tells in Gita. That with me you can have that relationship. Neha bhikkamanashasthina pratyavayana vidyate. That you will carry whatever relationship you have developed with me in this life, you will carry this to the next life. And I will be there and you will be there. Neither will I change, neither will you change. So in human form of life, understanding this truth, work on this relationship. Until you start working on this relationship, you have wasted this life. So this is that process of Bhakti Yoga, which this shloka Krishna is telling Arjuna very clearly. This is the Sulabha process, and this is the only process. This is the safest, best, easiest, quickest, and insurance guaranteed. But even if you die, that mentality of attraction for Krishna, Vastava Vastu, that mentality will carry over. We may not learn the shlokas, we may not come out of the womb of the next mother reciting, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. But that mentality of attraction to the Vastava Vastu, that real substantial Vastu, that attraction will be there. And from childhood, we will not be attracted to the illusory, temporary glitter of this world. That mentality of attraction for the Vastava Vastu, the real spiritual subject, spiritual person Krishna, and a mentality that attraction will be carried to the next life. That is the greatest insurance. Right? So that is that process. So we have few minutes, maybe 2-3 minutes. Any questions? Srila Prabhupada ki? Yeah. This is all from Srila Prabhupada's lecture, November 19, 1966 in New York. Srila Prabhupada ki? Any questions, any suggestions, corrections, any thoughts? Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, fine. It's time it is. Yeah.
We don't get it, and afterwards you told that where to get in spiritual world, how to go, bhakti, but problem is that two things. So my question is that, as you said, whenever we said about these problems, so birth, death, old age and disease, so generally people say, even my parents also say, as a part of our life, everybody has to face. So they say like that. So in short, what to say to them?
When they question what?
When we explain that this world is dukkha, birth, old age and disease are the problems. So they say that these are the, as part of our life, everybody has to face.
No.
So
we may say angur khatte hain. We may say angur khatte hain. The grapes are sour, but the taste for that doesn't go away. So we have to educate them about spiritual. Okay. Radha Rasa Bihari ki. Srila Prabhupada ki